He said, the voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground. That is to say, in addition to an eyewitness, in addition to an expert witness, blood also has vocabulary enough to be admitted as witness in this court of law. So, and it happens to be that this guy Cain has no idea of that addition. That was the reason why he was reckless in his response. What hast thou done? It means that according to the court of heaven, the vocabulary that blood sustains is strong enough to summon the court, because it was this blood that cried from the ground that made the court to sit to look into the matter. Are you there? It means that in the court of heaven, this blood that was crying so loud that no other activity could take place until they looked into the reason for this cry. So he said, for your information, the case file that carries your petition is about the cry of blood. And where was this blood crying from? It was crying from the ground. Oh my God. Now you see, we don't have time today. Do you realize that? Oh my God. Okay, let me take you a little into the situation of Jesus. Because if you read this carefully, you will find out that the ground captures some form of documentary, because it was the ground that received the blood out of Cain's hand. So Cain is culpable, even though he felt he could bamboozle the court. He became a fool when the true contest of justice was unveiled, and the testimony of the ground was that it was Cain that handed out that blood to me. Okay? Meanwhile, this is the blood of an innocent man, and the effect of this blood echoed in the court of heaven. Okay. When Jesus arrived at Golgotha, he had lost blood in 7 places before that time. But the designated place for his sacrifice was at Golgotha, the place of the skull. Just in case you go to Jerusalem for a tour, and your tour guide shows you a tomb. Don't believe him. Because the original may the Lord give you understanding. May the Lord give you understanding. The original place is not where they will take you. The original place, when you get there, it looks like a skull. If you see it, yes, that's how Golgotha is, and it's still like that till today. The place of the skull. Well, I'm not saying you should argue with your tour guide, but I'm just telling you what the Bible says. And you are not likely to be taken to the place of the skull. When they're finished doing that, then ask them, where is the place of the skull? That was where Jesus was sacrificed. Now, when Jesus was about to be sacrificed, the guy that was inspecting the entire environment was a centurion. That means he had about 100 soldiers under him. That's a big guy in the military. That's the kind of guy you call a major now. A major. Okay? So this major was inspecting the sacrifice area. Are you there now? And then when Jesus was pierced, blood and water came out. Is that true? So the same ground that analyzed the blood of Abel and sent a cry into the courtroom was now trying to analyze this blood sample. So the initial blood sample was the blood of an innocent man. This blood sample is the blood of a righteous man. And the ground did not have what it took to analyze that blood. And that was why the Bible revealed that there was earthquake. The computers crashed. The first omen. Oh, you are not with me. Well, let's stay. There were 3 omens that took place. Because God began to speak with omens. Something has been fractured, and everything was speaking. The first thing that spoke was that there was an eclipse. Light was withdrawn from the earth. It was an omen. For anyone that cared to read it, it was an omen. The second thing that happened was that blood, when it touched the ground at Golgotha, it produced an earthquake. It means that the ground could not analyze that blood the way it analyzed the blood of Cain. Are you there? And then the third thing that happened was that there was another omen in the temple. The third omen was that the curtain of the temple was torn from top to bottom. Hey, hold on. If you visit my village, it's an ancient village. My grandfather was the king. So there's one curtain there that existed since the days, ancient days. They've not changed it. I'm not sure they've changed it, because the last time I visited, that curtain was still there. You know, the thing about a curtain is that when it becomes old, maybe because of use, people have been going in and out, then it will start getting old from the bottom. But where the rope is on the top will maintain its original texture. It's new on top. I know you have not noticed, because all your curtains are new. But I'm telling you, an old curtain. If you check at the bottom, it looks silver, but the original color is brown. So curtains don't get torn from the top. Curtains get torn from the bottom. Okay? So you will need to understand Hebrew culture to be able to understand the message of that omen. Because if a Hebrew man is in grief, say Hebrew man is in sorrow, they put on sackcloth, they put on ashes on their head, and then they rend their garment. So what happened was that the one that covered himself with that curtain, who happens to be the father that was domiciled in the Holy of Holies, he because of his grief of losing his son, he now that was an omen. I know you'll be quick to say that the presence of God became available, but what happened? It was the expression of grief. So 3 omens took place, and the only thing that happened that was responsible for these 3 omens was that his blood touched the place of the skull. I don't want to take you beyond this before you say, oh, the African boy has come again with so let me leave it here. All right, let's go back to court. So blood can identify adequately in this court of competent jurisdiction as witness. And unfortunately, Cain was unaware of this provision. The thing about the court of heaven is, whether you are aware of the provisions available or not, it is applicable to you. Even if you say, I don't believe that there's God, it makes it even better. Because Cain was not aware of the provisions, but he could not escape the consequences.